Before I proceed, I'd like, in case for those who are listening and would like to join us on the program, please, you can always reach us on 0903 222 9797. 0903 222 9797. You can also call us on 0818, that's via WhatsApp, 0818 222 2205. I'll take that again. 0818 222 2205. If you are listening online or you are listening via YouTube or outside the country and you would like to join the program, please, you just put plus 234 818 then 222 2205. Inshallah. May Allah see us through. Inshallah, for yesterday, flight operations for yesterday, that's the 18th of Zulqa'dah 1444 after the Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is also equivalent to the 7th of June 2023. First, we had a flight from Yola to Maiduguri with 476 passengers from Adamawa State. Yes, which takes the total number of people lifted to... sorry, I beg your pardon. We first had flight from Lagos to Medina with 270 pilgrims. Out of that 270, we had 208 from Ondo State and 62 from Ekiti State, taking the total to 31,899 from 76 flights. We also had Dutse to Jeddah. It's also interesting for us to know that we now have airports in Jeddah. As we've been informed earlier, the National Hajj Commission has told us that we have 15 takeoff points from Nigeria to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So Dutse to Jeddah, we had 406 pilgrims from Jigawa State at 15-18 hours, taking the total to 32,305. Then the last one for yesterday, we now have Yola to Medina with 476 pilgrims from Adamawa State, which takes it to 32,781. Also, a recap of yesterday, you could also recall that we had an interview with Alhaji Tajuddin of the Passport Office of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where he highlighted a lot of issues, which I'll also be bringing your way shortly, inshallah, after the call with Alhaji Basirat Akintunde. I'll also be giving you a recap of our discussions yesterday with the Commissioner in charge of Statistics and Library Services, in person of Sheikh Suleiman Mahmoudi Takobi of Auchi. So, inshallah, we'll be going on a short break. After we return, we'll be taking the call from Alhaji Basirat Akintunde. Stay tuned.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Listeners, good afternoon. Today we have a special interview with a national coordinator of National Art Commission, Southwest Nigeria, Alhaja Basirat Akintunde. She'll be joining us shortly, and we shall be asking her questions as regards the Southwest Zone as ongoing airlifting. At this moment, they are already almost on tarmac to fly in or fly out some Nigerians again on their way to Saudi Arabia. Can we listen to her shortly? Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. So far, so good. We are happy to announce that the Lagos zone is working very well, almost to what is expected. A lot of flights have gone. The zone has three states, 6 states: Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, Lagos.
No, they are not in.
Hello, good morning.
Ondo and Ekiti is not in Lagos. So.
Okay, good afternoon, man.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, man. Is that Aja Basira Takintunde, ma?
Yes, this is Alaja Basira Takintunde.
You are live on radio 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja. Ma, can we have an overview of what is the situation on the ground now in Lagos? Can we have?
Alhamdulillah.
Go ahead, ma.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. So far, we started airlifting since 28th of May, and presently we are still airlifting. We thank Allah for what we have done so far. So, and it has been going as planned. As we planned it, we have been having it. We have about 3 or 4 aircrafts carrying all our Southwest State pilgrims in Lagos Departure Center here. We have planners for Ogun, Oyo, and Lagos States. We have Ogun, Osun, and Lagos State for planners. We have Aero for Oyo State. We have Airpeace for Edo State, and we have ASMA for armed forces, because the armed forces, they are flying from Lagos Departure Center. So far, so good. We'll be having it as planned, as I've already mentioned it. We are not having any issue concerning our flight presently. And so far, we thank Almighty Allah for what I've been able to do.
As you speak, I'm aware you are going to tarmac to bid by some Nigerian pilgrims. Who are the pilgrims that are flying in this moment?
Yes. Presently, we are boarding Lagos State. We have so large number of pilgrims from Lagos State, close to 4,000, and we have started. And I think this is the about 7th flight for Lagos State. So we are boarding Lagos State presently, going to Tama, to Medina, inshallah. In the next few minutes, they'll be airborne.
Like how many pilgrims are going to go with you at this moment, ma?
380 Lagos pilgrims with 10 officials. Okay. So the aircraft is to the capacity of 390 seats.
In specific, which aircraft is that? Flyers or which one is that, madam?
Flyers, yes. I've already mentioned it that Flyers is carrying Lagos State.
Okay, ma'am.
So it is still Flyers.
Okay. So far so good. Say we're having a very smooth operation. In percentage, how many people are really flew out of Lagos soon?
Presently, I think we've covered like 75%. We just have few number like under 800 for Lagos with Flyers, and that will be the last, maybe with officials. Then for Edo will be going this evening. The pilgrims are already on ground, and the aircraft, the airline, the Airpeace, they are as well on ground. So maybe in the next few hours, and we have already done the screening for them. They are the VIP lot now, only to be taken to the tarmac for airborne. So Edo will be going today and tomorrow, and next week we'll be having armed forces. That's just be all the Lagos Departure Center. So we have done like 75% or 80% of our population. That
is very interesting. We will be happy to know that Lagos State comes over and cleared all the pilgrims there. Madam, what has been the relationship, the National Health Commission relationship with other sister agencies like immigrations, the Port Health, and others in your zone? How are you people coping?
Yes, it has been smooth, and we have been having a full cooperation. You know, we have the Arrowhead, who is the Chief Security Officer, and whenever we have cooperation, we quickly inform them, and at once, we have all of them on ground. So they have not been finding one thing at all. Since we started this operation, they've been cooperating, and they're always with us.
There was a delay. There was something that said that there was a slight delay from them, that sometimes you keep the aircraft much more on the ground than flying because of the delay in the check-in. Any reaction to that, madam?
Not really checking. The major issue about that is this issue of visa dropping. You know, if you are to travel, you must have a visa. So you don't have enough visa, you cannot fly an aircraft empty, or we have few vacant seats. We try as much as possible that all our seats are occupied. So in a situation we don't have enough number, will now be, and the case is majorly in Lagos State here. So, because they are very close by, they do call pilgrims, come, this is time for you to travel, so we do wait for them. And the issue is they don't have their visa at all. Like yesterday, you are supposed to have lifted these people that are going this afternoon. They are supposed to have been lifted yesterday, but because of the issue of visa, they couldn't. It was when the airline confirmed that they've gotten enough visa, that's when they now positioned the aircraft for. So it's not the issue of checking, but the issue of visa. Because if you don't have enough visa, you cannot fly an empty aircraft. So that has been the only issue we have as a challenge presently now.
Okay, so what effort is National Health Commission embarking upon to assuage this kind of challenges you mentioned?
In fact, they have been doing wonderfully well. Because if not for them, we wouldn't have pilgrims this moment traveling. No.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma. Hello.
Hello. Although it's e-visa, it is online. Mm-hmm. But Nigeria with our network. So, but National Health Commission, they are doing a very good work. Yesterday, when we reported back to the national chairman, the chairman of NACON, and that is Nicola Hassan, he assured us that inshallah today we have flights. And indeed, it is being made possible with the effort there. So alhamdulillah for that.
Now, what has been your experiences with the pilgrims themselves trying to go on Hajj? What kind of posture are they putting up in your zone there?
As human beings, there's no way you not have some that you can call deviant, and there's also no way you can have some that you assume that they are very cooperative. You have both sides, but know how to manage them. Maybe due to excitement or some other issues from home or natural things. But we try as much as possible not to go in line with them, because we have to do that. There will have been a lot of crisis in the camp here. So we try to, especially those that we have checked in, they expected to have boarded.
Go on, madam. Hello, ma. Are you still there, ma?
Yeah, he was so worried. We couldn't even tell them. But later, we told them that we are matured. For some still very bad, and they even show it and they raise it. So we have different types of them. As human beings, we are not perfect, and we are even be expecting something.
No doubt, my Hajj operation is emotional, and most of the pilgrims are emotional towards going on Hajj. Are you saying that by God's grace, nobody will be left behind in Nigeria?
By God's grace, inshallah. That is our plan, and we are working towards that. Yeah. And as it is now, I told you, if you have 2 aircraft from finance, everybody on that aircraft will go, because we have less than 800 now.
Okay.
On finance, the airpiece is already on ground. So take it. I think 2 flights today and tomorrow. Then ASMA will come for armed forces. Inshallah, all things being equal, will not leave anybody behind.
Okay.
In this departure center.
Man, what will be your closing remarks to Nigerian pilgrims as they are flying through your zone? And who are the officers that are supporting or supportive of your activities there in your zone?
To remind them all what they've been told, all this sensitization, all this enlightenment, orientation, all this orientation that they have gone through, that by the time they get to the Holy Land, they should exhibit to them, and they should know that what they are going to do there is spiritual. Although there's no way they won't do social and all that, but they should concentrate more on the spiritual aspect of it, and go by the tenets and rules of the country, and they should not at the same time forget from where they are coming from. They should try to be good ambassadors for Nigeria and for their family, and may Allah assist us in doing that.
Who are your supportive staff in your zone, madam?
The national coordinator with me and the staff of NACON at the Lagos office here. Likewise, we have some stakeholders who voluntarily stayed with us And we have some casual staff. So we have enough staff on ground. Everybody has this their own setting.
For the benefit of our listeners, man, can you please repeat whom you are?
I'm Basiru Atolanyika Akitunde, Southwest Commissioner on the Board of National Art Commission of Nigeria, Abuja.
Thank you very much, ma'am. May Allah be with you people there and wish you
Amen.
best
You are
times
welcome.
in Lagos and Abuja and Nigeria.
Amen.
Assalamu alaikum wa
Amen. Thank you very
rahmatullahi wa
much.
barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
That was the voice of Alhaja Basirat Akitunde, the National Commissioner for Southwest of National Art Commission. We just discussed with her the situation on the ground in Lagos. Lagos is hot. She has assured that everybody in Lagos zone should be leaving and be flying by God's grace next week, and everybody will be in Saudi Arabia for the pilgrimage. So she also mentioned quickly that so far so good, they've concluded about 75% of the intended pilgrims flying through the zone, which is a very kudos to National Art Commission. She mentioned some of the challenges they're going through. That is the visa dropping. They want a decision, but the National Commission, through this chairman, Alhaji Zikral Azan, is working assiduously to ensure it drops fast enough for every pilgrim of Nigeria to travel. You welcome me again to Citizen FM. This is a program initiated by Peace Magazine in collaboration with FM and 3.7 Abuja. You may want to join us on 0818-2222-206. You are welcome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر سبحان الله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله والله
Hajj 2023. Earlier on in the program, I had told you that we are going to give you a brief recap of the interview yesterday with Alhaji Tajuddin of the Passport Office of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We are also going to give you a brief snippet of our discussions here with the Commissioner in charge of Planning, Statistics and Planning, Statistics, Information and Library Services, in person of Alhaji Sheikh Suleiman Momo, the Takobi of Auchi. As I yesterday, we discussed with Imam Tajuddin, gave us a lot of insight as to how the Passport Office came to be. In fact, he said that it was in the year where Saudi Arabia, where I think the pandemic era that paved way. So that year when they said there was not going to be Hajj, so the chairman, in person of Alhaji Zikrullah Kulli Hassan, picked up the initiative and took up the challenge upon himself that we are going to have our own Nigerian Passport Office in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So we established one, and they used that year where there was no Hajj, so that Nigerian pilgrims will be trained, Nigerian officials will be trained as to what is expected of them and how to do a lot of things. Alhaji Tajuddin, he made us understand that the new systems put in place allows the Passport Office to monitor pilgrims, and also the Saudi Passport Office, that is the people of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, they also monitor it with themselves as well. There's from Adila to Medina, Adila in Medina and Muassasa in Mecca. He also told us how pilgrims are moved through the buses. The Commission used the opportunity to train prospective staff of the Passport Office. He now even said 80% of work is ICT driven, taking the human aspect of the program to about 15% or less than 15%. There is even a technologically made wristband now that allows the Nigerian Passport Office in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to monitor wherever is it that Nigerian pilgrims are. Over the years, some 5, 10, 15 years ago, you hear that Nigerians went to Saudi Arabia and some of them will just abscond when it's time for them to be airlifted back to Nigeria. And people will start looking for them, officials and all that. And then perhaps the Nigerian consulate in Saudi Arabia. But now that has been put to rest to a large extent. It will be very difficult for anybody to abscond, because the wristband that is given to our pilgrims tells the people at all times where is it that a certain pilgrim is, or if the pilgrim is stranded or whatever it is. So it also has a passport reader, which more like a barcode scanner. So he also made us to understand that everything is more often like interwoven, from the Passport Office to the Saudi officials to the Nigerian immigration and all other stakeholders who are concerned. And in our discussion yesterday with Sheikh Suleiman Momo, that's the Tokobi of Auchi, he said there are supposed to be movement of Nigerian pilgrims who have stayed at least 7 days, which is not statutory, but who have stayed 7 days in Saudi Arabia, in Medina, to move down to Mecca, because Nigeria had acquired about 22,000 bed spaces, which is supposed to be rotating. So when people have stayed up to 7 days in Medina, they will move down to Mecca. So, but he said that issue has been addressed, and also some pilgrims complained of the timeliness of the food that they eat, which he said they had an online conversation, a virtual meeting with the caterers and other service providers, including the accommodation providers, and the issue has been sorted out. In fact, he had said that as at the evening of that day, they had received calls, that's feedback from pilgrims, that food has started arriving, because food just, I think, about 30 minutes or an hour delay, and then still people still complain. That's pilgrims and that's Nigerians. Although some people have certain ailments like ulcer and maybe other diseases that doesn't allow them to stay hungry for long. So food, and then I think all Nigerian pilgrims are entitled to 2 meals a day, 2 very sweet meals a day. And then, as you're also aware, the National Hajj Commission had, in a way, provided employment for Nigerians in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, even if probably temporary, in such a way that they had mandated that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia allow Nigerian caterers work with the Saudi caterers so that we'll have a very good food, and then it will taste more Nigerian, so people don't start rejecting food and all that. So he also spoke a lot about the security committee and led by Ambassador Mungunu of the presidency. So he also spoke about reduced youthful exuberance, which also leads to the abscondment, because most of the people who abscond, that perhaps they've left Nigeria, they will not want to come back, they found greener pastures. So the Saudi authorities themselves have also put systems in place to mitigate such. In terms of health outbreak, he said vaccination for flu has also been provided for a lot of pilgrims before they left Nigeria. It was requested to the Nigerian health authorities, and it was duly granted to the National Health Commission to be administered on staff and pilgrims as well, because mostly it's just malaria and then some other basic diseases. Those are the major ones, but at least you have exceptions. And then the Nigerian clinics there, I think he said we had about 330 doctors, 330 Nigerian doctors or health practitioners, let me put it that way, health practitioners who left for Saudi Arabia, because he said by standard it is 1,000 pilgrims to a doctor. 1,000 pilgrims to a doctor. That's the statistics we were given yesterday. So that's over 500 330 medical team members. And earlier on today, just a moment, we'll be going on break. When we come back, inshallah, our core anchor in person of Alhaji Abdulsalam Abdul Fattah will be joining us once again. Stay tuned.
Hajj is an emotional. Hajj comes, in fact, one of the guests in the past said Hajj is spiritual. What the figure to bring this or the color of Hajj is here, we might not know until it's all over. In the past, it could be either, I remember 1996 when we had Hajj meningitis, where all of a sudden meningitis broke out in Saudi Arabia and the pilgrims were unable to go, and it led to a lot of problems. Also, I also remember that at the point in time in the past, there was Poch Hajj in Nigeria. So Hajj can be of different colors. And this is where we want to dissect and ask questions. Why are we so emotional about Hajj in Nigeria? Abdullah?
Yes, I think probably because it's actually an emotional journey, and You also know the call that Prophet Ibrahim made to the world that people should come for Hajj. So Hajj is something for about 80% of pilgrims. It is once in a lifetime opportunity. You have just about 10% to 15% of people who will go again and again and again. So once before you get there, you are eager, you are anxious, because you've heard a lot of things about Hajj. And then it is also a way to tell us that the Quran is a miraculous book, because the Quran was revealed over 1,400 years ago. And then it was also revealed to us that Prophet Ibrahim had asked Allah, where he mentioned that he wants people had to be yearning to go for the pilgrimage. And then that is how it is. People are always yearning. Even for those who have gone before, it's as if they've not gone before. They still want to go again. There are people who go in, year out.
But my concern essentially is Nigerians that are too paranoid about Hajj. One of the artists said that the moment you make an intention to go on Hajj, you already have an Hajj. Whether you are physically there in Saudi Arabia or not, you have your Hajj. It's counted for you as Hajj. But you now find that when there's circumstances beyond control, that either beyond certain control, cannot go, it becomes emotional and become deadly. I will give you a practical example. Some people will go and hide and say they can't go back to their homes.
Yes,
because
that's the issue of abscondment.
Not the issue of abscondment. It doesn't mean that they don't want to go back to homes. For instance, maybe they are locked up at Kano Airport or Lagos Airport, for instance, and they could not go for one reason or the other. They tend to fly and say, "Okay, no, I'm shy to go back home until the Hajj and it's over." Then somebody pretends
as if they went.
Wallahi, is not allowed in Islam.
Yeah, that is in a way that's a riyah.
It is uncalled for. What Islam clearly say is this: if you are not able to go for one reason or the other, you've already had an Hajj. Go back home to your family and be happy. But I think more importantly, because Hajj is emotional, some of Nigerians go out of their places to do unnecessary things. Okay, and I still want to say that it should not be. Hajj, yes, it's emotional, it's a lifetime journey, but it comes with costs and consequences. Costs, you pay, good. Consequences, you might not go. Some of our brothers that recently, while trying to be conveyed from that state to the airport, they had 1 or 2 accidents on the road. Some of them are not even go. So these are circumstances beyond their control. But for the fact that they have already made an intention, they have their Hajj intact.
The reward is with them.
In those days, Kano City used to be a very long distance away from Lagos. So some pilgrims will go and hide in Kano until the Hajj is over and come back to Lagos and pretended that they've gone hide. No, there's no pretense. Allah see us all. So my own question again is, we should stop being emotional about Hajj. If Allah called you, wallah, you will go. If He says don't your time, no matter how much you try. I was told of a history of a man that was on the staircase of the aircraft. He had an accident, and he couldn't go, and that was the end. So he maybe the next day would have gone, but it's a circumstance also beyond his control.
And of course, he couldn't go because Hajj is a very energy-intensive exercise. You need a lot of energy because there will be a lot of struggling, especially when it comes to circumambulation and all that.
Now, another area we should discuss is the attitude of Nigerians. Why in Saudi Arabia? You see, most people, the moment they land in Saudi Arabia, the next thing they're going to do is go and put a sliver or gold teeth in their mouth and start running around and start sending pictures on the selfies. Even on the day of Arafah, that's supposed to be a prayer point, a prayer moment. You see many Nigerians get engrossed on their phones, taking phones back to their loved ones in Nigeria and says, okay, this we're in Arafah, we are this, that. I think that also should be checked. I think the whole amounts that are following them this time around should be able to educate people. That few hours, that few days, because the Eid of the Hajj is just 5 days. That is leaving your Makkah from Mina, a day to Arafah. Then be on Arafah, then come down, move down to Muzdalifah, sleep
so
over.
you have a lot of time to do every other
Yes,
thing.
move down to Muzdalifah. So you have all this. Then start doing your Jamara. In Nigerian context, Nigerian states, we throw a Jamara for 3 days. But in other states, some only do it for 4 days.
No.
But Allah, the Prophet of Allah agreed with us that it's possible, and that is why we do that. So when we are going for Jamara, it's also not. It's very tedious. You can walk from here, let's say from here to Gwawalada, or thereabout, or lesser, or to the airport, to go and do your jump, to go and do your stone throwing. So you have to be very healthy, and you have to be very fit for the Hajj. But this attitude of ours, whereby you start posting your photographs, you start wasting your time on phone, or should not be, especially on the day of Arafah. There are a lot of days after Arafah that you can do a lot of things. Then some of these people also get it wrong. Some of them quickly, on the first, second day, they go off the Ihram, and they want to be in their normal clothing. Yes, whereas sometimes it's not so. Especially the first timers, they have to be very, very careful. It's better for them to stay a whole 3 days in the state of Iran, and before they pull it off, so the barakah could be very, very much for them.
Yes.
Then they should also not do one thing: going to Jamara under the scorching sun. It is not allowed.
In fact, even the Council of Ulama of the National Hajj Commission had warned pilgrims not to go about except where it is necessary, where the pilgrim has started, and you have to do this. If not, time is going to go against you. So it is very important that people are listening to the various orientations they've had from their state pilgrim welfare boards, from the Council of Ulama, from a lot of scholars, and they even also have orientation at the point of departure. So, and then people that also pilgrims have been advised to ensure that they declare all their medications, because a medication may be legal in Nigeria or may be illegal in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the law is not
there's no excuse in the law.
There's no excuse in law, and it will not be there to favor you. So
if you want to contribute, you can still join us 0818222206 09032229797. It is a guest of Allah on Citizen Earth Firm. It's an initiative for the Peace Magazine. Right, another area that is of interest is the area of merchandising. You see Nigerians going to Saudi Arabia even to go and buy toothpick. Some of them will go and buy television. Some of them go and buy deep freezers and all those appliances and start bringing it to Nigeria. What for? I've witnessed one where on a conveyor belt, a TV got broken from the conveyor belt, and that's the end of the story. So we want to call on Nigerians, pilgrims going, or their families. You don't need to put pressure on them. Going on how to do ibadah is not going to go there to go and start coming and give you shopping items and give you gift items. The gift items are all in Nigeria. If you go to Kano, you get maximum numbers of gift items you might need. Okay, it's not compulsory that
and it's the same quality you get in
quality
Kano that you get
anywhere.
Saudi Arabia.
You see, what people don't know is that most of the things that is bought in Saudi Arabia are being imported to Saudi Arabia, and it costs with cost as they
you now bring
get exported back to Nigeria. So you are giving double money or triple money. So all this merchandising should be reduced on the part of Nigerians this time around. And anyway, the economy is not smiling. We know that. But you see people to go all their ways to say, oh, I must buy this for so. So family at home, remember, it's not compulsory you get anything from anybody that goes on Hajj. Just pray for the person to have an accepted Hajj, to have a successful Hajj, and we can move on from there. May Allah make the Hajj of these people an accepted Hajj, because we don't know which one Allah will accept. But we hope Allah will accept this one that we are doing. And that was so hard. And the Prophet Muhammad said, do Hajj at your young age. You see, most of Nigerians that even have money, the competencies to go, they refuse to go on a Hajj. The Prophet also said, he warned, and it's coming to pass, that there will be a time you have to go on Hajj with a lot of money. as we are doing it now in Nigeria. It's also a time where you won't have money, you will not be able to go to Hajj anytime from now. So, listeners, it has been Guest of Allah on Citizen FM 93.7. We're rounding up, and we meet again on Monday by His grace. May Allah see us till then.
I would also like to use this medium to wish our other uncle, in person of Imam Abdurrahman, quick recovery. I just learned that he has not been feeling too well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him quick recovery, and we hope to see him on the show next week, inshallah. Wa subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.
This call to prayer is sponsored by the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا